y'all, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kathy, and today we're going to continue on our thrifting trip. We're going to do things a little bit different today. I'm going to take you guys to two of my favorite stores here in Harrisonburg, but I'm going to actually show you the hauls throughout the entire video, as well as showing you how I've had it styled. And I also want to share my passion with you. So we live a thrifting lifestyle because we like to save money, and I constantly try to find ways to save money in our family. And one of the ways I do that, and have done it for years, is by thrifting. You don't always have to purchase something from retail, because oftentimes you can find that secondhand for cheaper. And I want to show you that today. Some things that I'm going to point out today, I'm actually going to find retail prices, or trying to even find it on Etsy or eBay to see what those prices are, to see if we can save money on some of the items that we're looking at. So sit back, relax, and let's go shopping. So the first store we're going to stop at today is here at Mercy House Thrift Store. This thrift store is incredible, y'all. It is humongous, and they have such an incredible selection. They have everything from home decor, clothing, you name it, they probably have it, and they are usually very reasonably priced. So let's go in, let's see what we can find today. Every time I come, I always start in the books section. This is probably one of my favorites. I have bought so many cookbooks and like antique books, and their adult or hardback books are all $1, and kids books are anywhere from like 25 cents to 50 cents. It's an incredible deal. I remember, probably 5-10 years ago, Goodwill had them type of prices, but you don't get $2 or $1 books anymore at Goodwill. So this place still has it, and I absolutely take advantage of it. And then we're going to come into this huge room that has everything in it. I usually start right here on this wall, and they have all of their glassware and candles. I loved this Voltsgraph candlestick, and I really don't know why I didn't pick it up. It was only $1. I got distracted by something else, I'm sure, but I think this area right here is incredible. If you have a wedding or a special occasion coming up, look at all of these candles, y'all, and they have them anywhere from like 25 cents to $1. So you could easily make a huge arrangement with lots of items by looking at thrift stores. All right, this next aisle is perfect for anybody else that's like me, and one of your New Year's resolutions was, I'm going to make sure that I drink enough water this year. Y'all, this aisle will have you covered, because they have tumblers and cups for days. New Year's resolutions are important, and I think a water one is completely doable, right? All right, if you have watched any of my previous videos, you already know this is going to be one of my, most important aisles in this store. Y'all, I seriously spend way too much time on this aisle. The road I am going to show you in this video doesn't even truly give it justice, because I will stand here and I will pick up every single plate on these shelves and see if they're stamps. I have bought so much ironstone from this store. It is incredible. I have completed collections. I have started new collections, but I have got so much ironstone in this store. But you have to be willing to dig. And I thought this Christmas plate was so cute. Here's the first item. I'm showing you a price. So it was $1.50. I found it on Etsy for $28. Come on, y'all. So there's a perfect example. Find something that you like secondhand, and I guarantee you will save money. So my love for antique and vintage really started about 6 years ago, and the very first pattern that I ever loved was this false graph heritage. I absolutely love it. I still think it's beautiful, and you're going to see me point pieces out throughout this video, and it's always the false graph. Gorgeous. All right, do you see it yet? Do you see what my eye immediately went into as soon as I came down this aisle, y'all? There were two that popped up. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's false graph. I don't personally decorate with this blue, but I think it's so pretty. And y'all, here's another one. It was $1.50, but these, I think it was a set of two, still 20 bucks. Guys, find the pieces that you like, because I guarantee you will find it. This is another example. This one's not marked, but this pattern of ironstone, I have bought several from this store, and you can see there it was $1. Guys, if you just are willing to dig and look, I promise you, it is out there for you to find. Keep searching. You will find your pieces. All right, so this is another huge tip that I want to share, and I haven't really talked about in a previous video. But one of the things that I love to do, I went to culinary school. I'm a pastry chef, and I love to bake things for people. And the way I like to give gifts is I will go to a thrift store and I will find a pretty plate or a pretty platter. So you're going to see me throughout the store looking for things like this. Like this one, it was $3. How pretty would that be to make some Christmas cookies or to make something and give the plate and the treat that you bake to the person? It's so much prettier than buying, a plastic tray or, God forbid, aluminum tray. If you get a pretty plate from the thrift store for $2, you're probably still paying less. And I think it's such a pretty way to give a gift. Here's another item. Of course, I like my baking things as decor, but look at that pan. It was cheap, but I found something similar on Amazon for over $20. So there would be another perfect way. And y'all, this is a regret. I wish I would have bought this. I talked about it last week about how I like to use these type of pans in my vignettes and how pretty they are. Yes, you can absolutely use this as a cookie pan as it's intended. But how pretty would that be in the back of a hutch? And y'all, look at how much this was, this Wilton pan. I couldn't even think and fathom, spending $19 on a pan when I can get it in the thrift store brand new. Why wouldn't I? So always think outside that. But back to the point about the pretty pans. You're going to see me going through this entire store looking at them, because that's something that I do look for every single time. Is I look for pretty tins or things like that I can really elevate a gift. And not only are you going to get a wonderful treat for someone to enjoy eating, but then they have a pretty platter that they can reuse themselves or even regift it. So I think it's an excellent opportunity. So I'm continuing to make my way through this bakeware, and of course I see a couple of pans that I really liked. I thought this lamb would be adorable for an Easter or a spring. There is another ways, and this is something maybe we can do in the future too. I have bought pieces like this, and I typically go for more of the vintage or antique look. You can actually make this aged by the cinnamon method. Maybe we can show that one day, but I would definitely do that to this. And then I spotted, it's actually a gratin dish, but how pretty would this be beside your kitchen sink? And you can put your sponge, or in your bathroom you can put your rings or whatever in there, by your sink. I like to use items for more than their intended purpose. Another thing this store always has is huge wreaths, and they have them, y'all, at some of the lowest prices I have ever seen. This one was $2.50, and these wreaths, you can easily add to them or take, if you don't like something on them, take it off and then make it your own wreath. But that size wire frame, even, you can't buy that at the Dollar Tree, or trying to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby to get that size frame to make your own wreath. You're going to spend more than $2.50. So look at your thrift stores. Y'all, you can save money and still craft. I have done a lot of thrift flips and things like that over the years. So I always like looking through these sections of what I call the woods and junk section. So this is where I find like base pieces. If I want to add to a project, or if I got some project that I'm playing with in my mind, I might find pieces that I can add here. So I always like looking through these type of shelves. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of everything, but there's so many things that you can do with something. Like here, look at the basket. I mean, you can, maybe make something with that, or, if there's some frames that are broken, but I like to look as opportunity pieces. And then I promise you, we're coming back. So again, I'm looking at these things for gifting ideas. I like to look at these different containers, these platters, these type of things. Again, they make beautiful gifts and they elevate whatever you are doing. So of course, I'm going to check out the section. One of the things that really impresses with me with this store is they always have things together in sets. So first of all, the fact that they have multiple items is incredible. This was probably my favorite piece of the entire day, and I'm so sad that I didn't come home with it because they had more than just the cups and saucers. But here's a perfect example, y'all. That set, so the saucer and cup, was $1.50. And here it is. They're selling them for $16 for a cup and a saucer on other stores. So what an incredible deal. But that false graph pattern, I have honestly never seen it before, but I regret that I didn't get it. And then these Avon pieces, I have never seen these before, but I thought they were so pretty. And I was like, what could I possibly do with it? And the teapot was missing its lid. So ultimately I decided not to come home with it. But I thought it was really pretty, and I thought it would be cute in winter decor. I know I've mentioned this before, but I am not a reseller. I truly thrift because I save money for my family, and that is my intention of it. But I do like to show how, by sometimes showing the retail prices or other prices on how you can save money, because again, I think it's important, no matter what your income level is that we're all trying to save money, right? We're trying to be better stewards of the finances that we do have. So when I am thrifting for my home, my family, but I also do look at opportunities for, gifts to others, or sometimes, if I have friends that are looking for things. But I do like to look at ways like to find things like this, that's $2.50. I can elevate someone's gift by simply using that platter, and then again, they can use that again in the future, or they can re-gift it. But sometimes, you can truly elevate something by just taking the extra second. And of course, I mentioned earlier, y'all know I'm going to look at the false graph. And here's another one. It was $2 compared to the other website had it for, almost $12. So again, I would much rather buy that platter for $2 than $12. So as I'm walking through this room, I want to show you guys just kind of how big, if you're not local, so you've never been to the store, I want to kind of put it in perspective how big these rooms are. I think this used to be a huge warehouse or something, but they have a lot of clothes. I've never really spent too much time, honestly, digging through the clothes here because they have so much other things that I want. But they do have a great selection and at really good prices too. Another section that I always have to hit up is I'm going to come back here to the crafting and sewing section. Y'all, they always have quilts and things back here that I have bought. I was very disappointed this day, and you're going to see here in just a second how empty these shelves were. There was nothing, y'all. These shelves are usually completely packed with quilts. This rack right here I'm talking about that I'm fixing to show you is typically filled. And when I mean filled, I mean stacked, 5, 6 deep and very tall. And I have bought quilts here really cheaply. But I do like to come through here and look at their scraps. You're going to see me here in just a second looking through like their scarves and things, because again, I use these fabric pieces, again, something coming out of a basket or just to add texture and color without, a huge piece. And if you buy these scarves or things, they're $1. And then look at these beautiful oak press back chairs. I thought they were gorgeous. Of course they were sold, y'all, but they are so pretty. I want a set of chairs like this for my dining room table. Those were absolutely gorgeous. And then this is this section that has all of their furniture. I have bought furniture here before, and it's usually very reasonable. I always want to also check out the artwork. But one of the things that was really surprising to me on this day was how much, as you're walking by, and you're going to see it, how many either on hold tags or sold items. I have never seen that here before. It's wonderful for the business to have everything sold, but y'all, there was like hardly anything that was truly available. So I was kind of surprised. And then I saw this changing table. Yes, I know it's a changing table, but for $10, how pretty would this be? And I was thinking maybe I can use this as like a planter or a potting table on my porch in the spring. So again, thinking outside of something's intended purpose, what else could I repurpose it for? And for $10, y'all, that was a solid piece of furniture. Now, at the very front of the store, as you're coming in, they have what I consider like their antique section, and they will have what looks like to me someone who used to have a booth somewhere, like is donating, or they're using, because their prices are usually pretty high right here in the front of the store, but I still like to look. And again, here you go. You're going to see me digging through stuff to see if there's something that I could possibly use as a thrift flip or something that I can repurpose. I was surprised on how many empty shelves there were, and the things that were there were very, very picked over, or they were just ridiculously priced. So I didn't find much, but I did find one thing I want to share with you. So I found this shelf, and it's already got the plate slot in there, which is perfect. I honestly do not know where I'm going to put this yet, but I love a good shelf. I think they're always very easy, and when it has the plate slot in it already, it makes it fantastic. So I can use it either as a peg rack, or if I want to display plates or platters, it's there for me. So I do like this, and it was $10. So again, I thought that was a really good find. So I definitely snatched that one up. All right, y'all. So now we're gonna get back in the car and take a short little trip over to our next stop, which is gonna be the Dayton Market. I actually had my first interaction with the Dayton Market years ago when I was doing a vendor event, and they actually had allowed the vendors to come into this location and set up the booths for weekends in 1 month. So that is how I became familiar with this place. But this location is kind of a collection of shops set up very similar to like an antique mall, but it's all individual shops. So that you can literally spend the whole day here. And they also have really good food here at the pretzel shop and the coffee. But I love coming to Zola's. So this place is, to me, like if you have any kind of interior design or decorating bone in your body, they have such incredible inspiration and such beautiful pieces. I come here specifically for their florals, and y'all, they had Christmas 50% off, and I was so excited to get in here. That's exactly why I came, because I knew that Christmas was on sale. and they have the best florals. And the prices are actually very good, just their normal prices. But I think the quality is, better than, to be honest, other big box stores that we all go to sometimes for our florals. But I think I prefer to shop small, and I think these florals are incredible. So I absolutely got them. So one thing you will notice with me, if you've been here with me, is as an avid thrifter, I shop for all seasons all year long. So I appreciate stores like this, and you're going to see it here momentarily, that have previous season stuff on sale, or they have a section with just those items. Because again, I'm going to shop for fall in the middle of January, y'all. I'm going to I'm going to shop whenever I see the deals. So I appreciate it when stores like this have those areas. And y'all, they were on sale too. So I absolutely had to look at that. And then I was so incredibly drawn to this little green cabinet. Green is not like a normal color, but it is such a primitive color, and it was beautiful. And I was just engaged by it, completely enthralled by it. And then I came into this pretty room. And again, y'all, the colors are so inviting, like it draws you in. But I saw this beautiful piece of furniture here, and I don't think you can see it here in the camera very well, but y'all, they had some ironstone up under there, and I was like, this is beautiful. But then I got distracted again by the birds, and of course I'm going to talk to you guys more about that in a little bit. But this room to me is just so inviting, and I love the colors, and I love everything about this room. So one of the last things that I wanted to check out in the store, because I know they carry it, is these primitive lights. So if any of you guys saw the decorating video I did, I had that beautiful basket underneath my entertainment system, and I had candles like these, and I needed new light bulbs. And Zola's always carries these items, so I knew I wanted to come get them. So you're going to see me digging through them. Now, I'm not going to show you the haul of me buying light bulbs, because I don't think you really come here for light bulb shopping, but I do find things like this, and I do have a purpose of coming. I also like to look at her candles. I have a question for y'all. Are y'all like me and you have candles that you burn and candles that are what I call my pretties? Meaning if you put a lighter to those, you and I are going to probably fight. But I have pretties and I have burners. Does anybody else do that? And then she had these candles. These faux candles were the most realistic I have ever seen. They were incredible. All right, and any trip to the Dayton Market is not completed until I stop by the cheese place. I absolutely love this little specialty grocery store. I come in here, and again, I'm not going to show you my haul because I actually did buy stuff from here. But again, as a baker, I am always looking for specialty items, and I love coming here to get my flours, to get my items that I need from making my breads and my spices and things like that. And they always have really great prices here. But I also enjoy, again, I prefer to shop small, so I will absolutely come support stores like this. And they have really good made to order food, great sandwiches. So this is definitely a place that you can come, spend a day, eat some really good food, and just really enjoy the atmosphere. And I absolutely recommend it. So let's see everything that we got. So they already had their Christmas stuff on sale, which was fantastic. So of course I had to get a bunch of greenery. So everything is marked 50% off. So what I'm trying to do for winter as a transition from Christmas is I don't want anything like with reds or anything glittery. I'm trying to get very neutral. So these cedar with the pine cones was perfect. So these were regular $9.99, and again I got a half off. So I thought it was a really good deal. I got 2 of those that size. And then they had the picks too. And these were normally $4.99, so these were $2.50. And I know, I think I got 3 or 4 of those. And then I also got this wreath, or I think it's actually a candle ring. But I thought this was perfect too. And again, I use these in my decor. This could be really cute in a basket, sticking out of a basket, or even maybe that toolbox is what I'm thinking. But I got this. It was $15.99. So half price again was $8. And the last things I picked up, and honestly I think these might be my favorite. So I am an avid gardener, and I also love birds, and I actually have bird feeders right outside my window here at the patio that I watch every morning when I'm drinking my coffee. And the only birds that we get all the time right now, of course, are cardinals. So I knew I wanted to incorporate those into my winter decor because I love them. So they had these. I thought these were so cute. These are $4.99, getting half off. But I thought these are perfect little shelf sitters. They are so cute. And I got 2 of those. But I absolutely love them. And again, this is what visits me every morning when I drink coffee. So I knew that I wanted to include them. I just thought they were so stinking cute. Loved them. All right, y'all, that's going to be everything in this video. Thank you so much for coming along with me in thrifting. And I hope that you saw that it is possible to still get the things that you want, even secondhand. Save yourself some money. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day and happy thrifting. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.